44 yards.
Yeah, so obviously, like I said, Becerra he's on the way to having a huge night if they can keep up doing what they're doing.
Hope you enjoyed the halftime interviews. We had a good time talking to all the boys as you see all the Mohawks.
Well, you know why we had a good time? Because we were indoors in the friendly confines.
Snohomish Sports Institute, a brand new facility here in downtown Snohomish, Bickford Street. Head down there, book them. Book it, Dano. Give them a call if you have any type of sports you need. I think it's about 55 yards long and 25 yards wide.
It kind of looks like an indoor soccer field, so you can play a little soccer down there. We're giving them a couple free plugs here.
We just did. Mr. Nicoletti down there, the great owners.
Well, you know why, because he's a Coug.
He is a Coug. Speaking of college football, Friday night, rare treat here for Husky fans. Going into the fourth quarter, my information says Huskies up 14-13 with the ball. Tight one. Always a weird, crazy game for the Huskies at Cal.
Yeah, and the Dogs were about a 3 or 4 point underdog, and the smart money was going to be on UW. Even though I'm a Cougar, the smart money was on UW tonight, I think.
Yes, it is. And maybe the guys in Vegas will make some money. But you see the Grizzlies now getting ready. Big Nick Allen, number 15, getting ready for second half.
All I see is Mohawks now.
I know.
I'm intimidated up here.
That's right.
We asked Steve Hannon why he didn't have a mohawk. What did he say?
He said, I don't have any hair. I don't have enough hair to pull a mohawk off. Steve, always a great sport. Hey, want to take this time out to mention that at the end of this month, as our statistician John McClain, our expert basketball analyst on our broadcast, give a shout-out, editor at Snohomish Times, if you want to sponsor our basketball coverage. We do a great job covering Glacier Peak. Many home games. We had a great run in the playoffs last year. And this year's Grizzlies have a senior-laden team, and they look to be very strong, led by scoring leader of Wesco, Zach Peterson. So editor at Snohomish Times, if you're interested in sponsorship for our basketball, which will start at the end of this month. But back to outside work and football. Here's the kickoff. Gets down. It's taken at the 35. Bounces on the ground, but he gets it back. Now he's got some room on the near side, across the 50 to 40, and runs out of bounds. Nolan Stout.
Nick Allen kind of gives him a little push out of bounds.
Nolan Taylor with the carry in good field position starting out for the Panthers. Keep going on Facebook, STSPN Facebook. Love the comments by all of our faithful STSPN fans.
And worthy of note, we posted this on Facebook, but we had over 1,000 listeners last week. So thanks for all of our viewers, listeners. Thanks for all of our cross-country contingent.
1st and 10 now. They get it to Charlie Brennan, the workhorse. He gets a couple up to the 35. Nathan Bussing in the huge QD there on the stop, Tim.
And, the thing about that first half was less than an hour to get that first half out of the way. And, Seattle Prep's going to be in trouble if they burn off that. They can't afford to burn off tons of time when they're down by 3 touchdowns.
Pickup of 3 for Brennan, adding to his night, now 59 yards. 2nd and 7. They pitch it.
Boy, they're just not letting him go anywhere. He gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
Again, Nathan Bussing, just been a tremendous part of the defense this year. Another tackle.
Yeah, and we knew he'd need a big night tonight for the style of play that Seattle Prep plays.
16 solo tackles, 30-plus assists. Great defensive heart of that squad on that side. So 3rd down and 6 now for Haggerty. He gets it off to Steve Anderson.
I don't think he's there. They're gonna mark him about the 29-yard line. He's gonna be really close.
29 and a half, we'll say. I think that's solid yards, though, 4th and 1.
It's going to be about 4th and about 8 inches is what it looks like from here.
Mosese Fafita on the tackle there. And you just got to go for it no matter what now, don't you?
Oh, for sure. Well, especially from the 30-yard line. 4-down territory.
Haggerty pitches it to Brennan. Brennan bruises, meets the wrestler right there.
I think they're going to give it to him, but not by much, Scott.
Clash of the Titans right there.
Well, they gave him a favorable spot, too. They gave him a full... He got it by a full yard. That looked to me like from the booth, it looked like he got it by about 6 inches.
Michelle, Larry Becerra, always entertaining and on the Facebook post. Love it. But they do give him a first down. And they're back to Ray Calloway, not in the ball game. A great tackle again by Quentin Dunbar.
And Josh Pinka was back there, too, getting in on the action. Dunbar is just having a monster game.
Quentin Dunbar doing it on both sides of the ball tonight, Tim.
Oh, and I don't know what they fed Dunbar. They're gonna have to make him pee in a cup after tonight. We don't know what they fed that kid.
Quentin's grandfather always stands right near Leslie McLean, our photographer, our camerawoman, and always talking. As Haggerty now, he's getting pressure. He's gonna go down.
Wow.
Pinka and Kaya Noah.
I know, and Cheech and Chong Wong got him. Wow, that's a big lot. Scott, he might have lost like 50. Oh, they're giving him a favorable spot.
They always do in high school football.
They do, but it looks like he lost about 15 on that.
Pinka instrumental last week in Marysville on 2 big sacks last week. Wong, his first sack of the year. Big-time player, leads him in interceptions with 6 this year. A long 3rd and 22, fakes it. Now he tosses it over to Stout.
There was
Nolan Taylor, excuse me.
They got away with one, too, because there was a little bit of holding back there by the wide receiver, but they let him get away with it. But still going to bring up 4th and quite a ways.
4th and about 14. You just got to go.
Well, I think down 21-0, and they're... I don't really ever believe in punting from like the 30-yard line anyway, me personally, but so yeah, I think you got to go for it.
So here comes Haggerty again, 1 for 2 for 8 yards through the air. He's going to fake the pass again. Here comes the pressure. Dunbar again!
Oh, my. Quentin Dunbar. Ladies and gentlemen, Quentin Dunbar's getting signals from another planet tonight.
And he runs off. You can see in your screen, he is jacked up.
And look at Rowe. Good camera work by Leslie. Rowe giving him the thumbs up. And
he wants player of the game, Tim Boyle.
Right now, he's got it. Somebody's going to have to do some miracle play to get player of the game besides Dunbar.
So turnover on downs. Becerra and the gang once again will take over.
Well, Scott, Seattle Prep desperately needs a stop here.
They do.
Or it's going to be game over. They got trips right here, too.
May Hines and Nick Allen. They go to Allen. Allen just dives forward. Good play by Conlon Garcia, another senior for Prep. Read that one pretty well.
Yeah, what they were trying to do is they had trips right, and they were trying to get 2 people to bite on that, and they just didn't bite.
21-0, 7:31 left in the 3rd quarter. Becerra now 2nd and 10. Fakes it. Now he's going deep over on the far side into coverage, trying to get Hines incomplete.
Hines got tripped up at the last second. Ooh, he's getting up. Okay.
To Ray Calloway and the quarterback Haggerty on the coverage. Haggerty slow to get up.
Worthy of note, Becerra had a little bit of time back there, so good job by the offensive line that we don't give enough credit to.
And their parents tell us every week, right?
They do. We got the barber there and Nate Sandstrom.
The barber. 3rd and 10 now for Becerra. Now he hands it off to the missile. The missile making some room in the middle. Gets across the 45 to about the 46, and there'll be a first down.
And that's all second effort on that first down, Scott. They had him about 3 yards short of that, and the missile doing a great job of diving for that extra yard. And it's a game of inches, Scott.
It is a game of inches. Al Pacino, the greatest speech there on any given Sunday.
We're calling it Any Given Friday.
That's right.
That's one of the best speeches ever. And Scott and I were listening to that before the game, getting psyched up.
That's a new tradition. Must be done. Becerra, 1st and 10 now. A little more room to work. Fakes it to Palmer. Now back to pass. Plenty of room going deep down the middle. Nick Allen catches it!
You got to throw a flag, though.
Incomplete!
Oh, come on.
I thought he caught that ball, too.
Well, he should have caught that ball, but he was getting a little extracurricular activity by number 8. I'm not sure why they didn't call that. He was kind of tied up with them.
Kevin Kocher, he got called for the PI in the first half on Nick Allen. Again, Kocher, 5'11", a junior, and Nick Allen at 6'5".
Well, and I think the ref made a mistake. I think the ref thought he was going to catch that ball in lieu of throwing the flag, but should have been a flag.
2nd and 10 nonetheless. Becerra going to go to the air again. Gets Elledge now, a flag down. Elledge getting run out of bounds. Did he go out of bounds? He keeps going. They're going to call him out.
Well, he gets the first down, but I think it's coming back. That's a flag in the backfield, and usually right at where there's a hold on the offense. So we'll see what the white cap has to say.
Haggerty there trying to get Elledge out of bounds.
Leslie's got him on camera. That's an illegal man downfield is what that call is. Not sure who that was on. I mean, it's on the Grizzlies, obviously. I'm not sure what number. So that's going to come back. That's going to negate Sean Elledge's first down there.
Great job, as always, by Leslie McLean on the camera.
Well, negates the first down. I guess the only good news is it's the down. They get the down over.
2nd and 15 now. 6:34 left to go in the third quarter. 21-0. Glacier Peak on top.
I thought we were going to get a makeup call, Scott, for that non-call on the pass interference.
I thought so too. And Nick Allen had the ball there. Becerra now is going to give it to Palmer. Let him go to work. Not much doing. Great pursuit by the Panthers, and he is down for a loss. And again, who else? The guy who drives the bus, Charlie Brennan.
He's all over the place, and I'm surprised Charlie's not getting all kinds of college looks.
Well, he's just a football player, isn't he?
He really is. That's going to bring up 3rd and 16 maybe? 3rd and 15 they're calling it. I thought he actually lost a yard or two.
Becerra now, Palmer in the backfield. You've got May joined by Hines and Elledge on the far side of the field. Lone receiver Nick Allen down here. Has to tip the snap, and Becerra is going to take it up the middle and just gain a couple, and that's going to leave him 4th in a plane lot ride, as you like to say.
Yeah, that it is. And the broken play there, the ball wasn't snapped very well, and they Becerra had to improvise a little bit there.
Comiskey and Scalzo team up again for a prep stop. And that's who you talked about. So Seattle Prep had to get a stop there. They did.
They did it. If they wouldn't have got a stop, I would have almost declared game over for them.
Charlie Brennan now back to receive the punt by Pettit. Pettit gets a nice punt.
Takes a bad bounce, though. Bounced the other way.
So start here at the 26-yard line. When we come back, 5 minutes, 6 seconds to go in the third. GP up 21-0.
Hey, sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the West Coast Conference are playing? Who won the game last night and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on westcoathletics.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making westcoathletics.com the place to view official scores, schedules, standings, and photos for all the schools and all the sports in the West Coast Conference. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook and check out westcoathletics.com, the official website of the West Coast Conference.
Just hearing a score, Auburn over Mount Si, 21-0. Not sure where that is in that game, but that's a big upset if that holds.
I think that's reverse, Scott.
You do?
I really do. I think that's Mount Si 21. But I don't know. I'm just guessing. I'd be real surprised if it was
Haggerty, a rare pass.
Incomplete.
Again, trying to get Nolan Taylor, the ball.
I would be shocked if Auburn was beating Mount Si 21. Mount Si hasn't given up more than, besides Bellevue, they haven't given up more than 8 points the whole season. So that would surprise me. Although I hope it's true.
Well, if this, again, for playoff prognostication here, we've got the Swami Tim Boyle, and we'll get into that if this holds, but still a lot of time left. 3rd and 2. Now Teray Calloway gets the ball, tries to make some room on the right side, and does, moves the pile.
Well, you know what? That's some bad tackling there. They had Trey at about a 2-yard loss, and they had him again at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept going forward. So
the Barber, along with Chambers and Baruch, finally bring him down, but gets a first down for Teray Calloway.
You think he's going to start charging now that we're calling him the Barber? He's going to be starting to charge these kids for mohawks?
I think he should. There's some good-looking cuts.
They're high and tights.
1st and 10 now. Brennan with the ball.
Uh-oh.
Makes a guy miss. Bounces off like a pinball and gets across into Glacier Peak territory down to the 47.
And again, Scott Brennan's got that spin move. When he spins, he usually knocks off another tackler.
Getting it confirmed, Mount Si is up 21-0 over Auburn. As always, Mr. Boyle, you are correct. Ding, ding, winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well,
what does he win?
I don't know what I win, but I was hoping I was wrong, Scott.
1st and 10 for Haggerty. Now going through the air, just outside the fingertips of, again, Nolan Taylor. Interesting, they're not going to the Perry Stout.
We're going to have to go to our stats here, but has he completed a pass yet tonight?
He is 1 for 4 for 8 yards.
Expert statistician John McClain saying 1 pass.
Teray Calloway, 15 carries for 61 yards, and Big Charlie Brennan, the same amount of carries and 82 yards. 2nd and 10 now for Prep. They pitch it to Calloway. Calloway up the gut, nothing there. And a group of Grizzlies take him down to the turf.
Yeah, and a good push by the defensive line there. And another little tidbit, this is going to bring it down to about, I'm not sure where they're spotting that ball. This is going to bring it down to about 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. So you might see Prep starting to try to get desperate and do a little more passing, because every time they're running that ball, you're talking 30 to 40 seconds off of that clock. They obviously don't have that much time to give.
No. 3rd and they're saying 8 on the board. Looks more like 6 to me, 7. And they're going to go past. Haggerty trips up. It's almost intercepted. The wrestler tips it out of bounds.
The wrestler was having visions of last week against Marysville Pilchuck, and I'll tell you what, if the wrestler catches that, I guarantee you he was off to the races.
Trying to go to Nolan Taylor again. And Haggerty, they're again forcing him to do what they are not comfortable doing, which is passing the ball.
Yeah, and again, the silver lining on that is it stops the clock for him, so we're at 2:51 in the 3rd quarter.
4th and 8, Haggerty only completing 1 pass for 8 yards on 5 attempts. Brennan and Calloway in the backfield. They fake it. Now he's going to roll to his right. He's getting pressure, breaks it. Now he unleashes it down the field. And it's broken up by Baruch.
Baruch almost had that. Unfortunately, that was 4th down for him, so that's a turnover on downs.
Trying to go to Big Milo Cantor, 6'3", senior.
And Baruch, I think, jumped just a tiny bit early on that.
I jumped when the wall.
The Seattle Prep coach is obviously frustrating. Thought they had a big kick. Great job by Haggerty getting loose out of the pressure and even getting that ball off.
Well, it was very good composure back there. I actually thought he was going to get sacked back there.
A turnover on downs now, and Glacier Peak with the ball once again with 2:43 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Thank you. They like our new scoreboard down on the bottom of the screen. Becerra tries to get it off, but there's whistles, a dead ball.
Dead ball foul typically goes against the offense, so that's usually some type of false start, which it is a false start according to the ref. 5 yards, it's going to go back the other way.
Chris Becerra coming in. David Lenny, the senior last year, had a big year. Chris waiting for the starting job. Finally gets it this year. Again, in the start of the season, weren't sure what we had. But I'll tell you, the young man is just done phenomenal. 12 for 20 tonight, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's at over 2,000 yards on the year. So he came in with 2,159 yards and 20 TDs. Add 3 more to that tonight, so he's at 25 TDs.
54% completion rating. In this one, he dumps over to Elledge. He loses that guy. Now he gets down the center.
Uh-oh.
Cuts in. Only one guy to meet. And big. He fumbles the ball into the end zone. It's touchdown Glacier Peak.
It is a touchdown Glacier Peak. And I think they horse collared Elledge. I'm surprised they didn't call that. It looks like they got him with a horse collar, and he's kind of hurting back there.
And who else but Josh Big Play May comes up with the recovery for a Glacier Peak touchdown.
Wow. Well, Elledge is still going to get all the credit for all the yards on that. Fumbles at about the, 5 or 6 yard line, and rolls right, just happens to bounce Glacier Peak's way.
He gets in traffic, and then he cuts to the center, and then it is just all over for Elledge. A lucky bounce for Glacier Peak there. Josh May, number 24, Big Play May. You think we make these nicknames up? Was that good? Just over the crossbar.
It had a little bit of juice on it to get it over there.
And Spencer Pettit, 5'8", 148 pounds wet. Finally puts it over there. Nice job by the sophomore Spencer Pettit.
Yeah, let's go back to that play. So Elledge broke loose. They had him way back almost just before the first down marker, and then he just kept breaking tackles. From my perspective, it looked like the guy kind of horse-collared him in the back. I was waiting for a flag, and ends up going bouncing right into the end zone, and Big Play May's right there.
Let's see if we can go down to our sideline reporter, Ron Hinthorn. Ron, what happened on that play, buddy? Ronnie, what happened there?
Ronnie, you with us?
Yeah, I'm with you down here. I kind of got blocked out a little bit on that run by Sean, but you can probably tell me more what happened there after he got down about the 20-yard line. I couldn't see it after that point, but he's a happy kid right now.
So he's not injured at all? He looked a little shooken up.
No, he's right in front of me here on the 35-yard line, ready to go on this kickoff. So
if you get a chance, if you can ask him if he got horse-collared on that play, Ron, if you get a chance while he's on the sideline.
I'll check with him when he comes out.
Okay.
Back to you.
Thank you, Ron Hinthorn. Another feature that I'm telling you what, Tim Boyle, nobody has a sideline reporter covering high school football on the Western Washington. Only on STSPN. As here's a return by number 8. It looks like he has room, but a good open field tackle by Baruch, and that's Kevin Kocher with a nice return for Prep.
And Baruch is the leading tackler for the Grizzlies, and he makes, I got to tell you, Baruch makes some great open field tackles. He's very good at that.
Flag on the play, looking to the officials to see what's going on.
That's usually an illegal block in the back, Scott, so that should go back 10 more yards, I believe.
Prep looking for some good news here as they travel north to Snohomish. Garrett Cook saying it's his first time visiting here at Veterans Memorial. We were joking before the game. It was pouring down rain, and reminded him when they played Lakeside, it was a downpour through that entire game. We're going to take a little break on your screen right now. We might have to reset. Stay with us, just refresh as the penalty is called.